Could dragons actually have existed? Well, the first problem is their size. How could something that large actually fly? Birds have hollow bones, making them lighter, but that doesn't really work for something as large as a dragon. The only other possibility is to have lighter than air flight, filling the dragon with a gas like hydrogen to make it float like a balloon. This would also mean that the dragon would glide silently around, rarely flapping the wings, instead using the tail and wings to direct deadly swooping attacks on sheep and other grazing animals, grabbing them up with large taloned legs. Of course, excess hydrogen could be vented through the mouth, either as noxious breath or ignited as fire. The noxious breath could also take into account tales of a hypnotic stare. With large amounts of hydrogen being breathed out, it would leave anyone feeling dizzy and lightheaded if they inhaled the fumes. That leads us as to how the dragon produces all the hydrogen. The action of acid, like hydrochloric acid, which is widely used in digestion, could produce large amounts of hydrogen. This would also produce some other effects, like the acid pouring out when stabbed with a sword, dissolving the sword. Possibly also acid leaking out might also dissolve rocks and other things the dragon might sit on. Except for gold. Gold doesn't react with hydrochloric acid. This also could be why gold was thought of being cursed. Gold covered with acid isn't really that useful unless it's washed and cleaned. Dragon might also like to live in caves, both to avoid hunters and hide from natural issues like lightning, which might mean a bag filled with explosive gases might want to avoid things like lightning. The issue of why no fossils or bones have been found may also be solved by the acid. Once the dragon's dead, the acid leaks out of the stomach, dissolves all of the bones, leaving nothing behind. Do you have any other scientific thoughts on dragons? Let me know.